Ah, Kushala, you bestowed upon us the Holy Grail, the key to everlasting life, to become immortal. Well, not really immortal, but what's up guys, it's Project, bringing you something different from the usual. Going in the complete opposite direction of meta super min-max speed killing machine builds, I bring you slow and steady, comfy, never have to heal builds. Never gonna give you up. Yes, these are quotation marks immortal end quotation mark builds, where the goal is to be really tough to die, and well, they do a pretty good job at it. I'll showcase a bunch of range builds, and then one melee build as well, which you guessed it, is a hunting horn build. With Kushala's blessing, you can now slowly regen health past red health. However, as you see in the training room, you're not really gonna out-heal the damage dealt to you, it's simply too slow. Now, throw in recovery up level 3 and immunizer, and wow, I had a hard time trying to lose health here. And the reason I use immunizer is because it also increases your recovery speed, and can be bought from Rondine, or made by crafting Mandragora or Bitterbugs together. But still, this health recovery speed proved to be too slow in practice with a real fight, making it a meh build to pursue. However, there is one combination no one else thought of, and that is with bow. Arc shots are largely disregarded by the bow community, but one in particular pairs darn right nasty with Kushala's blessing, recovery. To do arc shots, you hit ZR plus A and then dodge roll into it to gain its healing effect. With recovery arc shot and Kushala's effect combined with recovery up, you get this stupidity. This is high rank Diablos, one of the harder hitting mons, hitting a ranged weapon user which doesn't have melee's physical damage reduction effect. And unless it chains hit after hit after hit, it is near impossible to die once you chuck a recovery arc shot and gain its healing effect. Recovery arc shot also heals other teammates as well, and with the Kelbi bow in particular, it prolongs the effect to last even longer, making it easy to heal yourself and teammates without using a potion. For its normal heal, it'll heal about 40 to 50% of your life, but with recovery up and Kush blessing, I mean, we can practically go from 0 to 100 in seconds. And should things come really down to the wire where you need instant health, well, a mega potion is basically a max potion with this build, so an easy 10 max potions per hunt. Now, fast forward to Elders, the endgame content, right? Say Camilios, how does Kushala's blessing counteract its poison attack? We're still losing health, it's slower but we're still losing it. Now how about an arc shot? And boom, we heal so much, we actually out-heal the most venomous poison in the game. So as you can see, a very potent combination that turns range users into hard to kill tanks. All the builds have enough defense to not get one shot, so it should be way harder to die than normal builds. Of course, the builds will be lacking DPS due to the set and need a recovery up. However, the advantage to bow is, it's the highest DPS weapon in the game anyways, so even if we gimp the damage, it'll likely outspeed melee tank builds still, and I'll show sub 10 kills to prove it. Usually with meta range builds, they tend to get 1 or 2 shot quite often. So, if you're finding yourself dying too often, which is a way more DPS and rewards loss than a meta build can make up for, hey, give these builds a try to make that happen less often. So, without further ado, buildo starto! For all the bow builds today, eat for booster, defender high, and fighter for extra defense and stamina. Because these are meme builds technically that most will probably still not make, I'm gonna go through each fairly fast. The first is the memeiest, the white mage Kelbi. 3U fans will appreciate their deer bow back in action. This build is more support, since Kelbi can have all the status shots at once like para and sleep, so what you lack in damage, well, you make up for it in team support. Just make sure to bring sleep herbs and para and excite shrooms to craft more status coatings for multiplayer. It is the weakest build today due to no element, but it's also the tankiest build with the most recovery up, and I still managed to get a sub 9 Apex Raytheon kill. All the bow builds today will get at least Constitution level 3, Stamina Surge level 2, and Mighty Bow Feather, with Kelbi getting Const 4 because of the extra slot. These 3 skills are mandatory for all bow builds to play properly, and you can get Mighty Feather from Arena, Barioth, and Rajang Quest for their coins. For Charm, it uses a generic 221 or 321 slot Charm, or you can settle for a 220 slot as well if it has nice skills. For switch skills, for the Kelbi in particular, I use Absolute Power Shot, since with the Constitution 4 I can manage it, For the others though, I use normal power shot, but it's up to you. The next build is actually a monster. Introducing the Chameleon Killer, Thick Rachna Bow build. Using Rachna's new Rarity 7 bow, which does pierce shots and high fire element with a nice 30% affinity. Essentially, we're only considering bows with arc recovery for these builds, and this is arguably the best. So hey, who said tank builds couldn't do damage? This thing got me a near sub 7 minute Chameleon's kill solo, which could have been sub 7 if I remembered to equip a ramp up, which I didn't. But alongside fire attack, the build gets pierce up level 3 for a 20% damage increase. You do sacrifice some healing by going to recovery level 2, but it's still enough to counteract poison and heal you to the top. If you're wondering why no peak performance, it's basically slot limitation. Also, Mighty Bowfeather and or Pierce Up are higher damage increases than peak performance, so that's why no peak. But yeah, fire bow build, use it against monsters weak to fire. For ramp up skill, use attack boost. It'll give slightly more damage than fire boost. You can use Silkbind boost if you want, but Pierce is a bit more weird in hit zones where the aerial style might actually be a DPS loss versus piercing through the enemy from a straight line on the ground. But either or, it's up to you. For charm, a simple 3-2-1 slot charm will do. And the last bow build is, well, Rampage Bow. All the Rampage bows are the best in the game, bar fire, which I think Rachna and Anjanath's are better, but for the rest, they're best in slot. However, they lack slots, so you do lose most of your recovery up. Now specifically, I recommend ice or water bows, as Kushala's Blessing level 2 increases water and ice damage by 10%, which is pretty nice. Ice in particular is good against more monsters in endgame, so stack either ice or water attack to level 3 and you'd get some nice damage still despite it being tankier than a meta set. Just remember to choose arc shot recovery, power coating, and exhaust coating with element boost in the ramp up skills. Like Rachna, this just needs a generic 3-2-1 slot charm, or just a 3-2 slot if they have useful skills in addition to the slots. So those are the bow builds, 1 support and 2 balanced DPS ones. As a bow player, generally you should still try to dodge, especially with the dodge giving you bonus effects like extra charge level or iframes via dodge bolt switch skill, but at least this time you're never in too much danger given the regen. If you do get hit by a big attack, stay on the floor rather than wasting wirefall. You'll be invincible on the ground and heal over time at the same time. And for melee users out there, the final build showcased. After like a decade of playing this franchise, I finally tried out Hunting Horn. This build is dumb. The only threat to you are Elders and Apex Mizu, and even for Elders, not really. All the other normal monsters, it's quite literally immortal to them for the most part. Even against Kushala, as a first-time Hunting Horn user, just literally getting hit on purpose and just smashing buttons with no real combos, and I still got a 15-minute kill against the Elder with a non-damage focused build and getting hit quite literally by every attack Kushala did. It is insane. Oh, Kushala Ice Beam into the air combo? Oh hey, clap minus 40% that heals back nearly to full passively by the time its animation is done before it can attack again. So that just shows you that this build is quite tanky. The only thing that poses a threat I found was Apex Mizu. Its normal attacks don't hit hard at all, but when it's enraged, yeah, you can kiss like 70% of your life goodbye. But Mizu isn't farmed for much of anything, so it's not that big of a deal. So yeah, fun comfy build for sloppy play. Since shockwaves can't crit, I prioritized attack over crit. I could fit attack level 4 and crit I4 with the Flame Seal headpiece. However, because Hunting Horn loses sharpness faster than, say, Hammer, I think Handicraft level 3 was the better option. With this, you can get to the Melody combo while still in white, while with Handicraft level 1 or 2, I couldn't. And going for Sharpness 1 on ramp up skill means white sharpness is a bigger DPS gain than going the blue route, which also loses you raw and loses you white sharpness. So this build would actually probably be on par with a full DPS Horn build using Healing Melody if they chose the big blue route. So for ramp up, get Healing Melody for health regen and thick health recovery, Sharpness 1, and non-elemental boost, or you could do poison as well for passive damage, and to disable Kushala's wind thingy. And besides speed sharpening level 3, everything else is pretty similar to the other builds. For this build to work, however, you will need a attack level 2 slot charm. If you have, say, a Wex 2 level 2, then just go a Wex level 3 route. Probably just use Armor Set Searcher and try out various charms with Kushala Blessing level 3 and see what you can get. You might get a better build or a worse build depending on your charms. If you have extra level 1 slots, try to fit in Stamina Thief or Stun Resist. But yeah, the point is to show you that this weapon with Kushala Blessing is tanky as all get out, and perfect for people that don't want to try hard the game but still be able to play with their friends. One last thing, for food, eat for Booster, Slugger, and Defender High. So that's the Immortal build showcase. I thought I'd show something neat instead of the usual meta DPS, attack level 7, Wex 3, damage builds I and others usually do. But rest assured, I'll be returning to those builds with the meta bow build soon, and more builds still to come. So if you liked the video, arc shot that like button, comment down below what weird off-meta builds you might be running, and subscribe for more Rise Le Epicness. No! Sub 7 or something. Oh, what the? Get him! Dragon! Oh! Cool explosion. Now catch these stickies. Take my stickies on your face.